Hi everybody, how is it going? In the previous recipe of this data manipulation tutorial series in R, we saw how we should use a table instead of traditional data frames. In this recipe, we'll continue to learn about the 5 basic verbs in dplyr within tidyverse, and we'll begin with the first verb, that is select. As first step, just like in previous recipes, let's load the tidyverse package and then download the employees data into a table data frame employees underscore data using the code as shown on the screen. So now we have the table created and available in the global environment, and we are ready to explore the verb select. As we saw in earlier video recipe 1, the select verb is used for selecting variables from a data frame. But why do we need it? Well, like I said before, if we have high dimensional data set such as the one which contains thousands of variables or the columns, it becomes very difficult to work on such data sets, specifically when we want to grasp a good visual understanding on the data. But to be able to do so, one way is to create a subset of the data containing only the variables and their observations on which we want to work. Here, we can use the select verb. Having said that, let's see an example to understand it. Suppose for some project analysis, we want to use only a couple of variables from our table employees underscore data, and these variables are age, gender, country, and income in 2019. So we can create a subset for these variables and their data using select verb and store the subset into a table that has name emp underscore data underscore sub as shown on the screen. Here in this chaining operation, we are creating a subset of data using pipe operator and storing the result into emp underscore data underscore sub table. Let's execute it. So now the table is created and we can review it using print function, but this time as a chaining operation as shown on the screen. Did you learn something new here? You can also print the data using pipe operator as we just did it. Anyways, so we can observe that we've got the same result as was expected, which is a subset of original table containing only 4 variables and their observations. Moving on, many of the times we do not want to create a subset object data frame as we did until now in this video recipe. Instead, we can use the chaining operation to get the results what we wanted in the end of such operation. For example, in an analysis of the data, what we want to do is to find means of income in the year 2019 for different genders. Do we have to create a subset in this case? Not necessarily. So how do we do it? Well, we can do it as follows. So now let's understand what have we done in this chaining operation code. Here we first subset the data using select verb, and then we pass it to the next function in the chain which groups the data by gender variable, and then this result is sent to summarize function to create a temporary variable avg cell that will store the value of average salaries for each of the genders in the group. So when we execute this chunk of code, which is a long chain operation using pipe operator, we get the output printed on the console as expected. Couple of things here. The group underscore by and the summarize functions both are from dplyr package. We will see more on these functions as well as many other useful functions which are used alongside the 5 main verbs in dplyr, specifically in the cases when we do complex data manipulation and engineering. Nonetheless, I hope you got the idea on uses of select function, that is the first verb in dplyr package. We'll see more on this verb and its advanced uses in our forthcoming advanced data manipulation tutorials within this series. If you have any questions or suggestions, please write in comment section below and I will try to answer these as soon as possible. Also, please like this video and share with your friends if you think it could help them in learning too. Lastly, subscribe to my channel if you have not done it so far. This would surely help me a lot and will be a motivating factor to me. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and happy learning.